Hi, I'm Erin with Best Life Physical Therapy, and today we're going to talk about how to correct a rib ring dysfunction. So I have already made a video for you about how to correct your thoracic joints if they are not moving in flexion. Typically it's going to be down to the right, or extension. So there are a couple things I'd like you to do before you attempt this rib ring correction. The first thing I'd like you to do is our autonomic nervous system reboot. So that is a video that includes the coughing to each side and the bearing down to free up the diaphragm. Then also the scalene muscles. Then I would like you to do the exercise that was prescribed to you to correct your thoracic joint dysfunction. So it's either going to be down or it's going to be up, but you need to do one of those two techniques first. Then we will do this correction. So typically with a rib ring dysfunction, there will be pain through the sternum area in the front, or maybe it's in the back, because ribs are rings and they go all the way around. So what you have to do is have your therapist tell you which direction that rib is going. A lot of the times it's going to be back on the right. So I'll show you how to do that correction first. So the rib that's back on the right will feel deeper in the front on the right, and in the back it'll feel like it's poking out. So and ribs are kind of funny. They come and they go down a little bit, so it's kind of hard to follow them around sometimes. But if you have something that feels like it's poking out in the back or pushing outward or kind of painful in the back, sometimes it's hard to feel because there's a muscle spasm on top of it, and we don't know if it's the muscle spasm or if it's actually the rib that's pushing back there. But in the front, it might feel like there's a little step down, like, oh, this rib's forward and this rib's back. And that's because the rib is rotated like this just a little bit. So if that's the case, what we're going to do is we're going to use the muscles in the front of the right side to pull them forward. So one of the best ways to do this, I believe, is to lie on your back so that all the other muscles that are involved are not going to be turning on, and we can actually just get these muscles that we want to get to pull that rib forward and to get in line. And like I said before, it's important to do the autonomic nervous system reboot, your joint correction first, so that the thoracic joints they're moving and they're not quote unquote stuck. And then once that's all corrected, then we'll go ahead and attempt the rib ring correction. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and identify the rib. It's kind of an important thing to kind of put your finger on it. Your left, say we're talking about the right side, we can put your left fingers on the rib, and then we'll pull this arm over to the side. When you bring your elbow up and down, you can actually feel that rib moving a little bit, because they move. So once you feel that rib moving a little bit, right there is where I feel this rib moving, this level or this height of my elbow, then we know that that's going to actually have some pull on the rib. So what you would do in this position is take your left hand and just kind of act like it's a little shelf. So lay your right hand right on your left hand and act like the left hand's a shelf. This arm can just be relaxed. And then what you're gonna do is inhale, and as you exhale, go ahead and press the shelf hand into the right hand. So we're basically activating just the pec muscles, just the muscles in the front to pull that rib forward. And we're gonna hold that for 8 seconds. And then relax, and then just relax that right arm and let it sit on the shelf of the left hand. And then you're gonna go ahead and inhale again. As you exhale, press that right elbow into the left hand. And this is a very gentle pressure. If you push too much, you're gonna recruit the muscles, and it won't pull the joint that we're trying to move it. So we're just gonna be very gentle with all of this. And then that's 8 seconds, and then just relax. Now this hand, my left hand, is my shelf. The right hand can just relax everything. And that relaxation time is when the joint moves into its better position. So this one right here where we push, so go ahead and inhale. As you exhale, press across. And this is a very gentle pressure. You could barely see me moving at all. And that was 8 seconds. Then I'm gonna go ahead and relax. You could barely see me relaxing. And then let's see if we'll go ahead and relax that back down again. And then we're gonna come back to our rib where we were feeling it in the front where it was uncomfortable, and see if that feels like it lines up better. Sometimes it hurts to take a deep breath, so let's try that breath now. And exhale. Sometimes right after doing that, the breath is actually not painful anymore. So if that is still painful though, because sometimes it is and we have to work through it, then we would address from the other side. So we can do 3 repetitions with this, hand on the shelf, or then we're gonna come to the other side. So this one was deep, or kind of felt like it was back. So it may feel better in line, or it may still feel the same. This one should feel forward. So if this is forward, we're gonna use the muscles in the back to try to pull this ring around. So what we would do is take our left hand on our right shoulder, and again, we're gonna put our fingers right on there, find out where that rib moves. Yeah, right there. So that's the correct height. So rest your elbow on your hand again. Now this time we're gonna use the muscles in the back on the left. So you're gonna inhale, hold that breath, and that breath's gonna expand the ribs out. So we're gonna hold that breath, and then you're gonna push your left elbow into your right hand this time, and we're activating the muscles on the back side on the left. And that's gonna pull that rib around. We're holding that for 8 seconds, and then relax, and this is the shelf. So the right hand now is the shelf, the left hand gets to relax. Inhale again, hold that breath, and push laterally, push backward with that left hand. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Then we'll take another breath. Inhale, hold that breath, and push gently back with your left elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was an 8-second hold. And then we're gonna go ahead and lower that down, and then we'll try that breath again. Does it feel any better? Are we feeling better? I would recommend, like I said, to do this lying on a flat surface instead of upright, because right now I'm not in any pain, but my arms did start to get tired a little bit just holding my arms up. But if you're on your back doing it, then they won't fatigue because you've got gravity helping you a little bit. So in that position, this is what it would look like. You would just be in this position here, and your hands are gonna be finding that spot where the rib moves, and then holding the resistance just like this. So the left hand is the kind of driving this arm. The right arm can really relax here, and then you're gonna push 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax that way. And then you could do it the other direction. Now, I have just talked about one rib, but say sometimes you have more than one rib. That's the problem. So after you've done your corrections, you can kind of go ahead and just palpate down and see if there's another rib that's in the wrong, quote unquote, wrong place. It doesn't feel like it's in line with the rest of the ribs, and you can address that as well. So as a review, if the rib feels like it's back in the front, that means that the rib is rotated to if it's back on the right side, and then it's rotated to the right. So the rotation to the right means we need to pull the muscles in the front side, so the pecs, to pull it back forward again. So you're going to use the muscle in the pecs on the right, and in the back on the left, you'll activate those muscles on the back side of the shoulder blade to pull that rib back around to straighten it back out again. And that is the rib ring correction that we would recommend that you do if you're dealing with a rib ring. This is Erin Wilson with Best Life Physical Therapy. If you have questions, please just call or text us back again, and we're happy to help. Thanks, and have a great day.